Hello and welcome to the Brutal Iron Gym podcast, where our goal is to cut through the BS and deliver the brutal truth about topics related to health and happiness. Today's podcast is number 620. The topic is mindset, and the title is Address Today's Problems Today. Seems like common sense, huh? Well, before we dive into this, I want to thank the patrons of the podcast, the people who financially support the podcast. It greatly helps to make sure this podcast can actually happen and stay on a kind of a consistent basis, like a daily basis. So thank you to the patrons. You are absolutely, definitely the reason why we've been able to make 620 of these, and your contribution has been immense in helping others. So thank you for that, and I hope that you feel proud of yourself and recognize that your efforts are quite significant. So thank you. And thank you to the people who share the podcast. Thank you to everybody who emails in, everybody who participates in some way. It's really appreciated. So thank you very much. Okay. So all of us kind of work our way through the day trying to get done what we want while trying to get done what we need, while life also throws other crap at us. So that's pretty much how we go through the day. We have things we want to get done, things we need to get done, and then there's things that just kind of surprise us and they also need addressed as well. And it can be really exhausting. So a lot of our daily efforts, a lot of our kind of just daily grind is kind of consumed by today. And in that process of surviving today, what we sacrifice most often is our wants, the things I've wanted to get done. So I wanted to eat healthy, but I didn't have any good choices prepared, so I ate whatever was convenient. I wanted to work out, but I was busy all day and I didn't have the time. I wanted to maybe get in touch with a friend, but I couldn't spend all day on the phone because I still have a bunch of other crap I need to do and I can't spend all day on the phone. So that's what we go through our day, is we have all these things we want to do, but the things we need to do and the stuff that surprises us along the way gets in the way. And we don't get to do what we want to do. So in the rush of what was today, we lose sight that the challenges that face us today are also going to be there tomorrow. So the rush that was today will still be there tomorrow. So we end up kind of like believing in this mythical land of ism. So it's ISOM. Instead of addressing the issues of today to get in what we want, we wait for this magical, mythical land of ism. This make-believe place where today's struggles don't exist. And what is ism? It's I'll start on Monday. So we all believe that there's something amazing about Monday. We think that's whenever all the craziness that we're navigating today somehow won't be there. Somehow on Monday, today's problems will vanish and disappear. But what happens every time we get to a Monday? SSDD. You know what that stands for? Same, different day. So it turns out today's Monday was just like last Monday. That same crap of today is still there. So then we go from the mythical land of ism to believing in next Monday. Somehow, even though today's Monday is SSDD and last Monday was SSDD, somehow next Monday will somehow be better. Isn't that amazing? We all convince ourselves of this almost because we have to. We have to have hope. Because otherwise, oh my God, that's the way we feel. There has to be this hope in something that even if it doesn't come true, it at least gives us a sense of hope. But We continue to run from today's problems rather than stopping, putting together a plan of action, and finally addressing today's problems so that they won't be there tomorrow. We need to stop believing in next Monday. And we need to start believing in the power of today. That's what we need to do. Okay? We need to address today's problems so that tomorrow can be a better day. If you only strive to survive, you will never thrive. So if you only fight today to survive today, you will never become better than that singular fight because you're only surviving day to day, not improving upon day to day. So, how can we do this? How can we address today's problems when we don't feel like we have the time and we don't feel like we have the energy? How can I gather my resources, emotionally, mentally, and otherwise, to fight today's problems whenever I feel entirely and totally consumed by today? How can I get above that? If we are barely treading water, choking and semi-drowning at all times, how are we ever going to rise above? Well, I'm going to walk you through that process. This is what we do with a lot of our clients. So a lot of the clients I work with, they know what healthy eating is. They know how to exercise. What really becomes the problem is, how do I survive my day-to-day struggles? To find the time and the energy, to find the resources, to find the motivation and willpower. We name it that way as well. How do I get to the wants? How do I get to eating healthy? How do I get to working out? How do I get to doing positive habits on a regular basis when I can barely survive today? This is what we help clients do. We take them through these processes so that way they can get into regular eating on a regular basis, like healthy eating on a regular basis. They can get into working out on a regular basis. It can become the new norm rather than the hope and dream and wish and wants. This is what we do for our clients. So I wanted to kind of take you guys through the process and give you the podcast supports that we have for the information on how to address this on your own. You can do it. I have seen hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people do it. So I've been a personal trainer for 18 years. I've worked with over 2,000 clients. This is all I do every day, all day. And I've been very blessed and fortunate, and I'm very grateful that I get to do this every day. But this is what we do. If somebody comes to us and they say, hey, I want to eat healthy, I want to exercise, but it's not only the education they need. There definitely is education. But they also need the accountability. They also need how to work and navigate their current life so that way those habits can become normal. That's what we're going to go through, okay? So let's get started. I'm going to talk you through some of this, name some podcasts, and we'll kind of wrap this up at the end and give you guys a plan of action, a way that you can address this on your own. So the first thing we need to do is we need to make time and energy. The only way I can do above my norm is to have resources somehow above my norm. So if I have $100, okay, and my daily life costs me $100, there are certain things we can do to maybe earn $110. But there's also things we can do to not have to spend $100. So what we want to do with our time and energy is, can I clean up how I spend my time and energy so that my daily survival requires less? And then, are there actions I can do? I can't improve my time. Everybody has the same time, 24 hours in a day. But I can improve my energy. And I'm not talking about taking enough caffeine to kill a horse and doing pre-workouts and all that stuff. This is not caffeine. This is just regular lifestyle energy management. Okay? So that's going to be the things we're looking to do. Can I increase my energy? And can I better manage my time and better manage my energy? So even as I increase my energy, I continue to learn how to use it better and better and better. That's absolutely by far the first steps we got to do. Okay? So we can't start a fight if we don't have any willpower, any drive, any energy, no time. Like, well, that's the first thing we got to do is dig ourselves out of the hole we're in. Okay? So, a couple podcasts that help. The first podcast I'd actually recommend you to listen to is podcast number 251, titled Drop the Right Ball. In that podcast, it discusses how to make time. So in life, we're juggling balls. We're juggling things all day, every day, things that we feel like we need to get done. There's all these things on our mind. There's all these things pressuring us. There's all these things we're fighting to survive and do. Okay? But we want to recognize that not all of these things are equal. So if I'm juggling tennis balls, okay, that's one situation. But what if I'm juggling 3 rubber balls and 2 glass balls? Well, it's the 2 glass balls that I really can't drop, right? Because they would fall, hit the ground, and shatter. But the rubber balls I can drop. They'll hit the ground and bounce right back up. So we all consider our daily struggles, our daily life, to just be a bunch of glass balls. That is not the case. Some of these things that we try to struggle with every single day don't require our attention every single day. And there are periods of time, there are seasons of life when certain things are more important than others. So we need to understand that not everything we're juggling in the day is a glass ball. You can purposefully drop the rubber ones to ease the stress of the juggling. So that way you have more time, you have more energy. And then that rubber ball will bounce back up and you can put it right back into the rotation later on. Okay? So podcast 251 talks you through that process of identifying what are the glass balls, what are the rubber balls, what can I drop off for a time period to allow me to address the problems of today. And then once they're gone, I can pick back up those rubber balls and put them back into the rotation. Okay? So that is going to help you create more time and more energy in your day. Another way we have to create more energy is just to eat better. Stop eating like a jackass. Stop under-eating during the day because you deem yourself to be too busy. Everything you're doing is too important to stop and eat. And then at home, when you sit down at night and you go, holy shit, I'm super freaking hungry, I'm going to eat everything in my house. That is why we feel like crap during the day, because we're underfed. And our body is slowing everything down. It's sending all the signals that say, stop doing things. We don't have enough fuel for that. Don't get up and do that. Don't get up and do this. Don't be proactive and think you're going to add this and this to your day. Just sit the hell down and don't do anything. Hell, if anything, take a nap. So that's what our body tells us when we go throughout the day underfed. It says stop, stop, stop. No, no, no. Don't do, don't do, don't do. Then we overeat at night. We fall into a food coma. We gain a bunch of body fat to help us survive the next day's caloric deficit. So, stop eating like a jackass. Eat food when you move and you're active. Eat less food when you're not moving and you're not active. It's very common sense. All you have to do is say, hey, you know what? I'm going to stop what I'm doing for 5 minutes, put food in my face, and then come back to what I'm doing for 5 minutes. Okay? You can spare 2 or 3 minutes. You can spare 5 minutes. I've given a million examples in past podcasts, and we even talk about it in podcast number 602, titled Don't Skip Breakfast, on how you can get healthy foods in very fast and easy. Okay? There's tons of meals you can do in under 5 minutes. You can put a protein bar in your pocket and eat it bite by bite as you do things. I had a guy who used to load trucks. He would have a protein bar in each pocket. As he would carry a box out of the truck and he was walking back to the truck to pick up another box, he would grab the protein bar out of each pocket, take a bite out of each bar, shove them back in his pockets, pick up the next box. That dude was a badass. His name's Anthony, by the way. So if Anthony, you happen to be listening to this, you're a badass, and I brag about you all the time. Okay? He was 50 years old. He wanted to do a bodybuilding show, and he did not accept excuses. He was not full of shit. He did what he said he was going to do. Okay. So you can do this. You can eat food even when you're busy and active. Okay, it doesn't mean you have to sit down for a 4-course dinner or whatever the hell. Just quick food. Okay, so podcast number 602, titled "Don't Skip Breakfast," will help you learn how to better manage your food, and that will give you more energy. Your body won't be sending those signals of stop doing stuff because you'll actually have the fuel to do stuff. Okay, so those are two things. The third thing you want to look at on how to create more time and energy is pick your pain. Okay? Now, really, the only person who's going to relate to this story, which is probably a sign that I shouldn't tell it, is my mom. So, I am tired all the time. So, anybody that's ever hung out with me for a couple hours, if I'm sitting down and I'm not talking, I will fall asleep. I fall asleep at movies all the time, never have made it really through a full movie. Even when I used to go with friends at movie theaters and stuff when I was younger, I'd always fall asleep. I don't know. I don't know what it is. So I have a really good idea in terms of like sleep issues, and there's other medical stuff. But in general, I'm a very tired human being all the time. And yes, I have done sleep studies. I have a CPAP machine, so please don't email in with suggestions on how to improve sleep. You're going to anyhow if you have that nature, so thank you for caring about me. But what it is it's just kind of genetics. So my mom is that way. She has an aunt who is like narcoleptic, so we think that maybe it's some kind of like genetic thing in the family. But if I sit down and you're not talking to me or I'm not doing anything, within 5 minutes I'll fall asleep. So when I lay down and fall asleep at night, I fall asleep within a single minute, and I'll be passed out for the rest of the night. So I fall asleep insanely fast. So most of you who fall asleep, takes you forever to fall asleep, are going to be hating me right now. But I do fall asleep instantly. So what I found out when I opened my business, and as I made it through my kind of earlier 20s, was oftentimes I wouldn't do something and I'd be like, well, I'm just too tired. And I would often, like, that would be my excuse, or that's what I would say. I'm too tired to do that. I'm too tired to do that. Well, I don't have enough energy. I'm not going to do that. Then I started realizing that I wasn't living my best life. Because I was tired, I wasn't doing things that would have allowed me to live my best life. And it seemed like no matter what I did, even if I slept 10, 12 hours a day, I was still tired. Even if I ate better and I fixed all the things that I tell everybody else to fix, I was still tired. I would feel better energy, but I was still tired. So I had to learn early in life to pick my pain. I could either be tired and not do the things that led me to my best life, and therefore I would be tired and not have my best life. Or I could be tired and still do the things that lead to my best life, and then I can have my best life and still be tired. Either way, I'm going to be tired. I would rather be successful. I would rather be happy. I would rather live my best life while being tired, rather than living a life of an excuse, of unhappiness, of not being my best, of bitching and whining and complaining about being tired. So I needed to pick my pain. I was going to be tired and successful, or I was going to be tired and unsuccessful. Either way, there's going to be stress. Either way, there's going to be challenge. Whatever your struggle is, you can struggle and be successful, or you can struggle and be unsuccessful. Whatever you are wanting to do better in your life, there is struggle and stress every day that you don't do it. There's emotional stress. There's mental stress. There's just this overwhelming feeling of life slipping away from you because you're not living the life that you really want. So you can lean on your excuses and be in pain, emotional, mental, just life wearing you down, pain of being unsuccessful. Or you can do the damn stuff that you're supposed to do regardless of whether you're tired, regardless of whether you have the time, regardless of any other bullshit reason, and just get the shit done. And you can still live your best life. That's the pain you're going to be in. Okay? So I've had to pick this many times over in business. Clients have gotten emails from me at 3 or 4 in the morning because I'll have said yes to too many damn things because I'm a people pleaser, and I will owe people way too much stuff, and I'll choose every now and then to just sleep 2 hours one night. I'll stay up till 3, 4, 5 in the morning, get a bunch of work done, still wake up the next day at 6, still go through the next day miserably tired. But you know what? I was going to be tired either way. But at least now a lot of people got information that's going to help benefit their life. I'd rather be tired and have gotten the stuff done than be a little less tired and still have all of that emotional and mental stress of that stuff weighing on me. So pick your pain. That's what you get to do. So if you want to make a change to today, you have to start by making more time. Okay, better management of the time you have. You can't really make more time, but you can free up more time. How about that? And you need to make more energy. Then, with the time and energy that you create, you can now be ready to take action. Okay, so how do we start taking action? Podcast number 596, titled Calming the Whirlwind. In that podcast, we talk about 5 tips on how you can better manage the day-to-day stresses that happen. So the craziness of every day, how do we do better at that? How do I make more concise my efforts? How do I do better at managing my time and energy towards my daily activities? The must-dos, okay, the need-to-dos. Podcast 596 will help you calm that down, and that creates even more freedom and movement in your life where you have the time to now take on a goal, a want, a thing that you want to change. Okay? You can address a problem now. You can make an improvement to your life now. So we want to find more time by listening to podcast 251, Drop the Right Ball. We want to find more energy by listening to podcast 602, Don't Skip Breakfast. And we want to understand that with whatever time and energy that we have to pick our pain. I'll either put in the effort I want and be successful, and that's the stress of putting in the effort, or I can be unsuccessful and live with the stress and the pain of regret, remorse, and living like life that I don't want. Okay? So, listen to podcast 596, Calm the Whirlwind. Then, what you want to do when you're ready to start attacking your goals, okay? And you're ready to start attacking your problems and really making a change. Podcast 124 discusses setting SMART goals. How to make goals that are specific, they're measurable, they're attainable, they're relatable, they're time sensitive. They're goals that are going to help structure your efforts towards the problem you want to address. Structure it in the best way to be successful. Then podcast 19 is titled Aim Low. This is a concept taken by Jordan Peterson, who wrote a book, I think it's the 12 Rules to Live By. And if you aim low, meaning I want to start something, I want a new goal. I'm going to start on a new process, attacking a new something, okay? Start small, aim low. Don't try to take over the world in one day, okay? Can't run a marathon in one step. Aim low, start with small, daily, measurable things, actions, stuff you can do per day, every day, that's really small. It just builds momentum and gets things going, okay? As you build momentum and get things going, you will find obstacles. You then need to educate yourself on whatever obstacle you're finding. Whatever's in the way, find a book about that. Find a podcast about that. Find a TED Talk about that, okay? If you don't know what TED Talks are, by the way, oh my God. Go to YouTube and type in TED Talks, TED Talks. Awesome stuff. So, as you run into obstacles, and you will, educate yourself on them. Reach out to other people who seem to have done what you want to do. Okay, find books, find podcasts, find resources, educate yourself. Take that time and energy that we took the time and energy to create, okay, and use it towards educating yourself. And focus on progress, not perfection. You're simply just trying to do a little bit better today than you did tomorrow. A little bit better this week than you did last week. A little bit better this month than you did last month. You can track that in daily efforts. So there's a goal tracker app that I use on my phone, and I track, I think I'm up to now like 12 things I want to do every day that help me live my best life. If I do these 12 things, I will have a best sense of me moving forward towards all of my goals in life. My business goals, my relationship goals, my personal goals, finance goals, all of it. I know if I get these 12 things in, I'm moving in the direction I want. My life is getting better. Okay? Now, Out of the things I track things that are very hard for me to do. I don't track things that I know I'm going to cross off every single day and make it easy. I want tough, hard things that I know are going to make my life better, that without this tracker app, without me really busting my ass and being disciplined, I probably wouldn't do them. So, just to show you some of the progress over perfection. It's not perfection, it's just progress. I have 3 goals that I've been trying for 354 days so far, and I have that on my goal tracker app. The one goal, I've only been successful 293 days out of 354. That's 82%. But 82% is sure as hell a lot better than I'd be doing if I wasn't paying attention to it. I'll take 82% over 0% any day of the week. I have another goal. I was only successful 206 times out of 354. That's only 58%. Ugh. But 58% is better than 0. And the third goal I have that's been going on for 354 days is only 42%. Ugh. But 42% is better than 0. If I weren't tracking these 3 things, I know they would be a lot worse. They might at best be 33%, probably less than that. So by paying attention to it every day, by aiming low and just doing day-to-day actions, I can do a better job of being a better person, being better towards my goals. I'm not trying to be perfect. Well, I'm hoping to be perfect, but I know that's not a realistic expectation. I'm just trying to do better today than I did yesterday. Okay? So, this is what we want to do. If we want to improve our lives, we have to do better tomorrow than we did today. But we can't do that until we address today's problems. Because today's problems will still be there tomorrow. They will still be there tomorrow's tomorrow. They will still be there next Monday. So don't wait to start next Monday. Start today. Because next Monday will be the same damn shit as today. Okay? SSDD. So, write down the problems that you're facing day to day. What are your problems? You're out of time. You have no energy. Too busy. Too many blah, 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 blah. Whatever it is. Okay? Write down your problems. Listen to the podcasts that we named. They're going to be written in the description. You can also email us at brutalironjim@gmail.com. We'll send you the links, directly links. Okay? Podcast 251, Drop the Right Ball. Podcast 602, Don't Skip Breakfast. Podcast 596, Calming the Whirlwind. Podcast 124, Setting Smart Goals. And Podcast 19, Aim Low. Guess what? That's only about an hour of content. You've already listened to me yap for 27 minutes so far, so you can handle another hour or so. So that's about an hour, maybe an hour and a half of content. Why would you not invest an hour to an hour and a half to solve the rest of your life? Holy freaking crap. What an insane trade-off. That's like giving somebody a penny to get $1 billion. Okay? It'll be a drop in the bucket. Take the time, listen to the podcasts. That's your homework. That's your takeaway message. Write down your problems so you identify what you're stressing about, what you're trying to tackle every day. Listen to the podcasts we named and work your way through them. Now, if you want help through this, we do help people through this. We help with accountability services and whatnot. So email us if you're interested in that. We can help guide you through the process. We can help hold you accountable. We can help be cooperative with you towards your goals. And we can help solve some problems and be a guide. So, like I said, I've had over 2,000 clients, been doing this for 18 years. Probably whatever you're struggling with, everybody else is struggling with as well. Okay? There's probably somebody who has figured out a way to do a little bit better tomorrow than they did today with the same problem you're facing today. So reach out to us. Our email is brutalironjim@gmail.com, and we can help set you up with an accountability plan. We can help set you up with the steps and actions you would need to make your life better. And we can do it specific to your life. You'll tell us exactly what your stresses are, the times, energy, everything you're doing, and we can help you with specific steps to your life. Okay? So the help is there if you want it. You don't have to do it. You can listen to these podcasts on your own. I just want to raise awareness that if you only strive to survive, you will never thrive. Address today's problems today, so tomorrow can be better. Okay? So, it's time to stop going from day to day and never moving forward, never feeling like you're moving forward, just kind of feeling like you're treading water, falling behind, struggling. You can live a better life. It's available to you. Take the steps we mentioned, and you can reclaim the life that you want. Okay? Now, if you want any help at all, email us at brutalironGym@gmail.com. We're always happy to help. Okay? If you like this podcast, please, please, please share it with your family and friends. So the people closest to us, we want to live the best life possible. So if you feel that the information we provide can help them do that, please share it with them. We want our loved ones to have the best life. So please share the podcast. Thank you if you do. Also, if you like this information, you can find more from us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Brutal Iron Gym. And if you have any questions, feedback, or suggestions, we'd always love to hear from you. The podcast is for you, so we want to know what you want to learn about. You can tell us at our email at brutalironGym@gmail.com. As always, I hope this was helpful, and thank you for listening. And thank you for watching.